I heard that someone had put a bounty on me.
I don't think I'm completely safe.
So for me, I try to lay low in order to avoid any identification.
Are you ever worried that they might kidnap you?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you still don't know whether all these precautions that you have can prevent you from harm. But at least you have to try.
My mother always said that don't mess up with Chinese Communist Party. You cannot win over them. But I was just too stubborn to be stopped.
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Who's Afraid of Nathan Law, streaming on PBS right now. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things Who's Afraid of Nathan Law is the director, Joe Piscatella, and the man himself, Mr. Nathan Law. Thank you both so much for your time. I'm truly honored. As a creative, as a filmmaker, it is my goal to always entertain and also educate at the same time, inspire at the same time. And I felt both those things watching this documentary, and to talk to you, Nathan, with what you are doing in life is just truly an honor to speak to you because you're making a world of difference for a lot of folks. And so, again, an honor to talk to you both. Today, as of this recording, as I mentioned, Nathan Law is now available for everyone to see on PBS. To just spark us off real quick, to just get some of the jitters off with me right now, because it's been a long day. What are the vibes? What are the feelings right now for the both of you, with it now being available for more of the world to see and recognize just how important your mission is, Nathan, with what you're doing and inspiring everyone with this. If I could start with you, Nathan, what are your vibes right now?
No, thank you so much for having me. I'm definitely excited because I think this is a very important piece of work. We've been receiving a lot of really positive receptions, and this is for the international audience, for people who don't really have a very deep knowledge on what's happening in the region. So that really opens up a lot of new audience. And that is really crucial for our work, because basically we need more support, we need more attention. And the fight for democracy in Hong Kong is also the fight for democracy around the world. So definitely very excited about its release.
And for you, Joe, what are you feeling right now with all of your hard work to, as filmmakers, you have to take all this content, put it into something that resembles a film that people can understand coherently and the mission of it. How are you feeling right now?
Combination of nervous, excited, relieved. Anytime I have a new film come out, there's always just that, you want a positive reception. You're relieved that it's finally getting its due and getting out there. But we're very, very excited about this film. We had screenings this week in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York, and I've just had a overwhelmingly positive reception. I'm so pleased with how audiences have been reacting to this film.
Again, well done, gentlemen. I had the honor of screening this earlier, like a couple weeks ago, and such a powerful piece of work. I'm sure everybody's going to ask, an update of where you're at now. Nathan, is probably like the question everybody's asking you. I'm going to ask that, but also, I guess we'll just start there, where you're at now, and now with this project that's going to put more eyes on, because, as people will learn through documentary, they're looking for you in different respects. But I just, your bravery is amazing. And now here comes another spotlight. And I don't know, I'm an empath, so I worry for you, So I guess that's my question, if you will. I'm sorry.
So the documentary encapsulates the past 10 years of my life, which is a combination of a lot of different adventures and for now, embarking my journey as an exile activist. I'm now a political refugee in the UK. So there are lots of my work that are about raising awareness for the human rights situation in Hong Kong and China, and also doing diaspora community and cultural work of Hong Kong people in the UK. And of course, this film, I think, is really key for us to continue to raise awareness and share it with the community. So, yeah, definitely. For now, it will bring more energy and attention to it. And I think it is crucial for us to continue to keep up the good work.
But you are safe. I'm hoping in the UK. Are there any concerns now because of the film now being more available that might spark? I don't know. I'm sure there are things happening, but I'm just a concerned empath over here. And then the rest of your team that there's from having seen the film, there's others that are no longer there, and also one of the gentlemen is still, I believe, from having seen the film, is still locked up.
Yeah. I would say that even though many people said I'm brave, I risk a lot, but I would say that I'm very fortunate in the sense that, many of my teammates and former colleagues, they're now in Hong Kong and facing jail time up to 10 years or even more. Joshua Wong, Gwyneth Ho, two of my friends who are featured in the documentary as well, they have been locked in jail for more than 3.5 years just because they are involved in a primary election, which all the political activists would do in democracies. So these kind of speech crime and crime against political dissidents happen a lot in Hong Kong, and I'm really fortunate to be able to be here and do the interview with you and share my thoughts in documentary. So even though for now I face a bounty, a lot of arrest warrants from the Hong Kong government and a refugee status, for me, my personal safety is not a huge risk. Of course, this is not something that I can be 100% at ease, but at least I can live like a normal person, and I can talk to anyone else. So for now, I just feel like I wanted to bring the attention not to me, but to all the political prisoners that are still serving time in Hong Kong, and make sure everyone knows that the Hong Kong we used to know, which is a free place, a vibrant civil society, and a place that has a great legal system, has already gone.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Again, my thoughts and my concerns are for you and your team because of just everything that you all are experiencing through this situation. Same kind of a little bit of question to you, Joe, putting this documentary together, because we know what that turbulent situation is over there. Were there any concerns for you building out this documentary and working with Nathan and everyone else to bring this story to life through the documentary?
Well, so this film is the second in a film that my team and I have done on Hong Kong. We did a film called Joshua Teenager versus Superpower that won Sundance in 2017. That film's still on Netflix. And after that film came out, we were really looking at, hey, what's the next project that we want to take on? And there was a whole nother chapter unfolding in Hong Kong and in the Hong Kong story. And we thought, well, let's tell that story through the lens of Nathan Law, whose story we discovered when we were making the Joshua Wong film and realized we were so inspired by it. We were moved by Nathan's passion. We were moved by his activism and his advocacy. This was a very difficult film to make logistically. It's hard to film in Hong Kong after the national security law came down. We were no longer able to have teams in Hong Kong. There were things that decisions and concessions we had to make in the making of this film. I'm really proud that this film got made. I'm very proud that it's coming out on PBS and our partnership with them. And one of the big takeaways that I want audiences to have for this is, yes, this is the story of Hong Kong, but it's also a warning light for the rest of the world. Democracy. There's a quote in the beginning of the film that I think encapsulates the message so perfectly. It's a quote actually from Nathan himself, and it says, "It takes years to build democracy, but can disappear in an instant." And what I want audiences to take away from this film is all of these freedoms that we hold dear in the United States and in other Western democracies we can't take them for granted. Democracy is a participant sport. We all need to get involved. We have an upcoming election here in the United States, and we all need to, know who you're voting for, not just at the top of the ballot, but all the way down the ballot. Get involved, work voter registration, work for the candidates that you support. Don't just sit idly by and hope that it all falls into place.
Completely agree. So thankful you said that. For my last question, I'm going to actually promote this on the radio here. I'm in the Washington, D.C. area. I cover entertainment for 103.5 WTOP-FM Radio. I'm going to direct everybody when I promote this on the radio to see this interview. And so for those that are going to check this out after hearing me talk about it on the radio, what is your message for the Washington, D.C. area? This is a lot of lawmakers here. There's a lot of people that are involved and are activists. I consider myself a little bit of one, not as daring as you are, Nathan. And again, it's such an honor to meet you. What do you have to say to people here in the D.C. area about this film to help close this out? If I could go back to you, Nathan, and then to you, Joe, after Nathan.
Yeah. The fight for democracy in Hong Kong is a piece of global struggle. We've been in almost 2 decades of democratic decline globally, and this is definitely one of the forefronts that we are still fighting. And for now, even though Hong Kong news has been pretty much cycled out of the media, but still there are a lot of people trying to fight for democracy and try to preserve the very limited freedom that they have in Hong Kong. So I hope everyone also have refocus on Hong Kong and just pay attention to it and do anything that can help with the democratic struggle there.
Thank you, Nathan. And Joe?
My message for the people of Washington, D.C. is don't forget Hong Kong. Keep Hong Kong in the conversation. There's a lot of big events going on around the world. There's a lot of turmoil. Hong Kong isn't always on the front pages any longer, but keep the conversation going and take Hong Kong as a lesson to continue to preserve the democracy we have here in the United States, because I think here there's a tendency to take it for granted. I think here there's a tendency to think we've always had it. We've always had freedom of the press and freedom of assembly and all of these hallmarks of American democracy. Let's not take them for granted. Let's remember that again, democracy is a participant sport. Get involved.
Well said. Again, gentlemen, such an honor and a pleasure to speak with you both. Nathan Law, Joe Piscatella, Who's Afraid of Nathan Law is streaming right now on PBS. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. All right, gentlemen,
Thanks so much,
that's a cut. All right, here we go. In a 1, 2, 3.